And we are live.
All right.
What
There we go.
is up?
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 3 of the Smitty and
Episode
Selitte
3.
podcast. I'm Damon Selitte,
Yes, you are.
and
And I'm
that's my
Tom.
friend Tom over there.
What
All right.
a few weeks we've had.
Absolutely.
We took week 2 off from the NFL season out of pure depression.
Mm-hmm.
Lots happened, sir.
Yes, and I'd like to get it out of the way first. Tom, we took Eric Flowers out of the game, and what happened?
Good things happened.
We won a football game.
Mm-hmm.
We took a turnstile out, and we won the football game.
Yes, we did.
Let's hop right into it. Tom, what do you think are some of the biggest pros we've seen out of the Texans game?
The biggest pro was that Eli Manning didn't make a dirt face. The biggest con is that Eli Manning didn't make a dirt face. But the
So
biggest
this,
pro is that he
mm-hmm,
played good football. He probably had one of the best games of his life.
mm-hmm.
That dude was on en fuego. There.
This is what happens when you give Eli Manning time.
Give the man some time. Now people are going to say, oh, well, he got sacked 3 times by J.J. Watt because of Chad Wheeler. Well, if Eric Flowers was in the game, it'd probably be more like 5 or 6.
If Eric Flowers was in the game, J.J. Watt probably would have broken the season sack record in one game.
In one game, he would have broke Lawrence Taylor's Giants record.
No, Michael Strahan holds the record.
Strahan holds it?
Yeah, Strahan holds the record.
Well, I need to brush up on my gistery.
All right. Those are the
See what I
pros. What
did there?
about the cons? You see anything bad come out of that Texans game?
We didn't score 30.
That's always a con when you have the New York Football Giants.
We got a little tentative.
Mm-hmm.
Our defense was good, but it also gave up a lot of conversions.
Mm-hmm. We gave up a lot over the middle.
Our red zone defense though, and Fuego.
Mm.
Oh, they already confirmed who's out for the game.
Mm.
Did you see it?
Let's hear it. No, let's hear it.
Okay. Well, who's out is Olivier Vernon, Eli Apple. So both of those guys aren't playing. Jonathan Stewart and Evan Ingram and Cody Latimer are all out.
Wow, what happened to Latimer?
Latimer seems to have some form of injury
Indeed.
that will prohibit him playing football for a week.
Absolutely. Is there anyone who's in? Off the injured list?
Not anyone worth noting.
No, okay.
We're fucked. That's not good, considering you losing your 2 best defensive players besides Snacks when we're facing the Saints, who average like 350 yards per game.
So their defense hasn't showed up this season so far. Their defense is it's a train wreck.
Eli
So it might be a
Apple,
shootout.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but Eli Apple's actually played good football.
But I think Dante Dayon was doing pretty good during the Texans.
He was pretty good, but he held his own. I think we pretty much shut back DeAndre Hopkins, shut him down.
Yeah, besides like 1 or 2 catches over the middle, which is what everybody had against us.
If you throw balls over the middle facing the Giants, you will win every time.
Yes.
That's not even a question.
We covered the deep shot and we covered the sidelines, but we just give up every single thing over the middle.
Didn't cover the deep sidelines though. Boom. Yo, what about that Rams game last night?
That was something to behold.
Jared Goff is a legend, youngster.
Is he a legend in the making?
With that offensive coordinator, with McVay. I said offense. No, with McVay as his coach, like he's like unlocked. Like one guy wrote, Jeff Fisher not being able to work with Jared Goff is like selling a painting for $5 only for it to be worth $1 million.
Huh.
It's like if Jeff Fisher was still the coach of the Rams, Jared Goff's career would have gone down the toilet.
Oh, absolutely.
But here comes this hotshot 30-year-old coach that's just a legend in the making. That coach is so good, McVay. Oh my lord!
Is this the greatest show on turf
It's
2.0?
pretty much the. It's pretty much that once more. Like you
Do you,
got Gurley, you got Cooks, you got Cup, you got Goff, you got Aaron Donald. I mean, they're legitimate Super Bowl contenders, and they better be taken seriously.
do you think Goff could pass Kurt Warner's status in LA, at least for the Rams?
Well, Kurt Warner got a late start in his career. He was like, wasn't he like around 30 when he got started?
Yeah.
Jared Goff's like only 24.
Well, still, do you think he has a chance to pass the accolades that Kurt Warner has put up for the Rams?
Probably. I mean, with the weapons he has, and the coach he has. I mean, we just saw the tip of the iceberg for what he could be last night. I mean, the dude threw for 465 yards. He would have thrown for over 500 but like, who cares? He threw 5 touchdowns. He threw some of the most perfect passes you could possibly throw.
I know,
Yes,
you're just putting those on a dime.
like the throw on the run to the back right corner of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it that was he managed to wedge it between two guys in the backmost corner of the end zone, right to the white guy.
And he didn't even sling it that hard. He just like threw it gingerly. He
He
just like
kind of
whipped
just
that.
flicked it.
Yeah,
That's just legendary right there, sir.
that is indeed.
A legend, Master Wayne.
All
We
right, now let's get into our next week preview. What are we in week 4 now?
we are in week 4.
All right, the Giants are facing the Saints.
Wait. We forgot one last thing we didn't get to talk about.
What do we have to talk about?
Baker Reagan Mayfield coming in the second quarter to dominate the New York Jets.
That was something also to behold.
That was legendary.
But can he hold up? That's the big question. Can he go 2 in a row?
I'll tell you what, man. I think he's got a great shot to beat John Gruden, man.
Okay.
You know, John Gruden's complaining about not having any pass rushers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like cheating on your wife and wondering why she left you.
All right. What about Sam Darnold? Sam Darnold had a good game during that.
Sam Darnold?
Yes.
He was pretty good, but he had some really crappy field position, and
Mm-hmm.
his coach kind of isn't good at coaching football. So I feel bad for the redhead. It's always the redheads that get the short end of the stick.
Is there anything else you want to throw in before we get into our week 4 preview?
Let me think. Odell Beckham's going to score a touchdown Sunday. Odell Beckham's going to score a touchdown on Sunday.
Hopefully we can see
Oh,
any new dances he
Saquon had
has
a
set
nice
up.
game. Saquon had a
He
nice
did.
game.
He did.
Yes. Yeah, that's about it. It was a good game on Sunday. It felt like we were in control all game.
Saquon Barkley is just poetry in motion. That man is just he's an enigma.
Like, all of our weapons came out to play on Sunday, so should do that again. Red Ellison, too.
I can't wait to see what Red Ellison's gonna do this week.
You know, the NFC East is known for having old, slow, white tight ends.
Yep,
One
they
of
all
them,
thrive.
yeah. And none of the Giants linebackers could ever cover him.
All right, yep. Sadly.
Fucker.
All right. Now on to the week 4 preview. Giants face the Saints. But Saints are coming to East Rutherford.
I'll tell you what, man. They give up a lot of points and they score a lot of points. We don't score a lot of points and we give up a lot of points. So I think we're gonna win.
That's usually what happens during a Saints and Giants game.
Yep, we're gonna score a lot of points. They're gonna score a lot of points. Whoever scores the most points wins the game.
That's basically how it's going to go down. You know, Saints defense, like I said, hasn't showed up recently.
Hallelujah.
And Giants offense, if it can keep clicking, we can have a good shot against their defense.
Eli Manning and Fuego.
We just got to watch Cameron Jordan on that line.
Holy sugar. No Eric Flowers.
Mm-hmm. And then
Eric Flowers was the first one to leave the locker room.
Yes.
He wouldn't even talk to the media.
Yeah.
He has a habit of doing that too. Like he does that quite a bit.
Seen. Yeah.
Like I think he's just bad for the team at this point.
He is.
Like if we can find someone like on the waiver wire or at the trade deadline that's an adequate tackle, I think you just cut the guy. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Because the cancers in the locker room are what killed last season, along with McAdoo.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys just quitting, you know. Don't need Eric Flowers to be that guy in the corner that's just annoying the shit out of everyone.
Mm-hmm. On to the defensive aspect of the Saints game. As long as we can shut down, Jackrabbit can shut down Michael Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And we can shut down Kamara.
You know that Michael Thomas has been targeted 40 times, and they've completed 39 of them?
I did not know that. That's crazy.
Like, Drew Brees is completing like over 80% of his passes.
It's insane.
Like this is gonna be such a challenge for the defense. Because in my mind, Brees is the top 10 quarterback of all time.
Well, I mean, isn't he second and third in yards and touchdowns?
Yeah, dude just puts up numbers like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl.
Sure did.
Weren't they undefeated that year too?
I don't think so.
Were they like 15-1 or 14-2 or something like that? But either way.
Mm-hmm.
But usually Odell and Eli show up because they're kind of from that area.
They are. Eli has some of his most infamous games against the Saints.
Remember that game a few years ago where Eli was on the run? He just threw it to the middle of the end zone on fourth. I think it was Dwayne Harris came up with it. It was in New Orleans.
I don't remember.
I think we lost like 47-45 or something crazy. I think we lost on a field goal where our punter kind of punted it inbounds instead of out of bounds or something.
All right. So, Tom, final verdict with this week. Do you think the Giants can pull it off?
Oh man, this is tough. I hate going against our teams. I can't. I mean, this is tough. I mean, our defense held their own against the mobile quarterback in Watson.
I don't know. Towards the end, we kind of fell apart.
But Breeze is just a surgeon. You know, he'll just pick you apart.
Mm-hmm.
Like Watson threw some balls into the ground. Drew Brees, everything Drew Brees throws is right on target.
Absolutely.
And so it's tough. I hope we can pull it off.
But do you think we can?
I think we can. I think we'd win. Like if we did pull it off, I think we'd win like 41 to like 38.
You know, I think as long as this offense can continue to click, we should have a great chance of winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see if Eli can string together 2 in a row, which led to a Twitter question that I asked earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Did Eli Manning's performance last week prove that he still got something in the tank.
Absolutely.
Now, how much longer he'll be playing, who knows? He's got another year on his contract next year.
Mhm.
There was an article about maybe giving him like a 1 year extension,
If
but I think that's a little premature.
uh
Like, let's see you do this consistently. If you play good football, I have no problem bringing you back. Just like in baseball with CC Sabathia, even though he had to reinvent himself, he had like 2 down years because he lost his fastball velocity. So he had to learn how to pitch again because he couldn't throw the ball 97 miles an hour.
huh.
So now he's only throwing 87 mile an hour cutters and shit. So he had to relearn how to pitch, but in his last year of his contract, he had a really good year in which he reinvented himself completely and he pitched well. And so they signed him back for this year.
I have no doubt in my mind Eli Manning can continue to produce at this high level. As you see, when he got his blocks, he just made some amazing passes. He had some
He,
great play action plays where he just rolls out of the pocket and just dimes it.
he's underrated at throwing on the run. He's always been underrated at that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the thing. I think Eli's problem in week 2 against the Cowboys was a trust thing. I think he got trigger happy.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like he had to get rid of the ball really quickly,
Uh-huh.
and Saquon was the only guy that really ran his full route,
Yeah.
and so he just didn't trust Flowers, and I think Shermer saw that
Uh-huh.
hey, maybe if we try Chad instead of Eric, let's see if Eli can calm down a little bit. And in the first half, Wheeler held his own, and Eli just was a surgeon.
Absolutely.
So I think with another week of Wheeler, like Wheeler's the starter now. Like
Yes. After that game,
Flowers
they
lost
instantly
his
pushed
job.
him the starter. I saw that.
Like so that's great. So I think with another week of Wheeler, I think Eli's gonna have a good rest of the year.
I agree. I agree completely.
And it's just about like Omame and uh and Greco holding up.
Just picture being in Chad Wheeler's shoes. You are a second-year player. This is your first start of the season, and you're forced to go up against J.J. Watt.
And he held his own for the most part.
Yes, he did, but he did get away. He did get away with a few holding calls here and there. I'll definitely admit that one.
Hey, at least he didn't get called for a trip.
Good God, thank you.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen watching football.
Has that ever happened?
The first play of the season, Eric
Attempts to trip a man.
the fact that we drafted Saquon Barkley makes it a lot easier to swallow the fact that we could have had Todd Gurley.
Uh-huh.
And instead we drafted Eric Flowers.
All right. I think that wraps it up for the Week 4 preview.
Ooh, one
Now
second.
it's... Oh.
Here's this tweet. Giants continue to scout quarterbacks aggressively. They will get their second look at Dwayne Haskins Saturday. They have also scouted Justin Herbert, Jarrett Stidham, who are getting first round looks among the draft community, with Herbert being a strong top 5 pick.
Ooh.
Herbert's the one I want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no matter how this season ends, whether it's winning or losing, Giants will get a top pick. They have to trade for it or have to get it.
If the Giants feel strongly about a quarterback the way they felt about Eli Manning, like 15 years ago,
Uh-huh.
it's 14 years ago, in the '04 draft, if they feel strongly about a quarterback, they will move heaven and earth to trade for him.
Absolutely.
Just like the Rams did with Jared Goff. Because remember, they traded to the first pick to get Goff.
Mm-hmm.
They gave up a lot of draft picks for that, too.
And we will give up a lot of draft picks, too, if Herbert is really our guy.
Herbert's the guy, and I wouldn't. And if we lose Sunday, and we've got a brutal schedule coming up, especially now that Chicago has Khalil Mack on their side. If this season falls apart, there's no doubt in my mind Justin Herbert will probably be a Giant.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Herbert too. He reminds me of like a bit of like Andrew Luck and Sam Darnold because he's
So I've
kind
seen
of
some of his game tape. He looks good.
he's smart. He can move. He's like just the perfect amount of mobile where he's not a tree. Now he's not like Robert Griffin III or Michael Vick that's just gonna blaze, but he's kind of a big strong power runner.
Absolutely.
So he kind of reminds me of an accurate Cam Newton.
Hmm. Anything else you want to throw on top?
Uh, no, that's what else do you want to talk about?
Well, we got to get to the week 4 preview for the rest of the league.
Let's get to that week
All
4
right.
preview for the rest of the league, sir.
Game number 1, Seahawks versus Cardinals.
Seahawks versus the Cardinals. The Seahawks are going to run away with that one.
Is Rosen starting this game?
Rosen is starting, but I don't think the Cardinals are that good.
Yeah, defense, I think, is falling off. Larry doesn't have that magic anymore. David Johnson's been slow to produce.
They're just
Yeah, it's
a rebuilding team.
they are. They are
Oh,
indeed.
one person we forgot to single out again with the in the Giants game was Kamara. Let's not forget about Kamara.
Yeah, so yeah, I tried to talk about that.
My bad.
You cut me off, man.
Like
All right,
that dude's a beast.
but back to this game. I think Seahawks. You think 1 and 2? What do you think about them?
I think they're like a 9-7 team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that offensive line's gonna hold them back.
Yeah, like it has been.
Yeah. I mean the Cowboys they beat and it was a nice win, especially for a Giants fan.
Absolutely.
But, I'm gonna pick the Seahawks to win this game because the Cardinals are just not that good. And
Mm-hmm.
Rosen's a rookie quarterback, so just he's gonna ease into it.
I agree. Final score prediction.
I think it'll be like 24 to like 17.
Fair enough. Next, a good old rivalry game. The Ravens and the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers right there.
Ooh, you sure?
Yeah. Even though they
The
don't have
1
Le'Veon
and 1
Bell.
Steelers over the 2 and 1 Ravens.
Yeah, I'm picking the Steelers on that one.
I don't know. I might disagree. I think I might go with the Ravens on this one.
I just
Because
feel like the Steelers are better than what they showed.
I think the Steelers can produce more offense, but the Steelers' defense is horrid right now.
Yeah.
It is terrible over there.
Ryan Fitzmagic tore them up.
Every team that faced so far has torn them up.
Hmm. Even Tyrod Taylor tore them up.
It's tragic over there.
And he lacks brain right now because he concussed himself.
So far, I think the Ravens have shown some good looks this season. I think it'll be a good game. That is definitely a game to watch right there.
Something we forgot to talk about was Jimmy G tore his ACL. So would Tyrod Taylor be an option for San Francisco?
Maybe. Or maybe, what's his face? The former Viking quarterback? Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy is a saint actually
Mm-hmm.
because he's a nice guy, but he's also plays for the Saints.
All right. On to
The
the
next one.
Texans versus Colts.
Ooh, I'm gonna pick the Texans. Texans getting their first win. Andrew Luck can't throw a football anymore.
Yep. Just
I feel
defense
bad
not
for him.
there, offensive weapons not there. Just Colts.
Like I think Andrew Luck will be okay in the long run. But I think the shoulder surgery is gonna take time for him to get used to get his strength back. I think that's just gonna take a little longer than expected.
Yeah.
Cause shoulder shit is just it's the worst.
Yeah. You don't know how much you actually use your muscles in your shoulder until you absolutely, you lose them.
Like your shoulder is probably one of the most important things to throw on a football, a baseball, any sort of round object.
Mm-hmm.
So rest in peace, arm strength.
Yeah, I think I will agree. Texans will get their first win this week. But can they bounce back from a 1-3? We'll know later.
Dun dun dun.
All right, on to the next: Jets versus Jaguars.
Jets versus Jags. Upset alert. Jets
Ooh,
taking this one.
ooh, you think the redheaded stepchild can pull it off?
Exactly. Sammy D. Meet Jalen R.
Mm-hmm.
You're done, pal.
Because Leonard Fournette's status is still up in the air, even though he has been practicing. What the
Indeed.
hell's that sound?
Oh, I think that's. Wait, is it? What sound is it?
It's like a scratching sound.
Oh, then that's just my PS4 getting weird.
Okay. So back to all right. Leonard Fournette's status is still in the air. They have a good defense, but do you think Darnold will be able to dissect that defense?
Sammy D could dissect a frog while throwing a football. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna project 28-24
Ooh.
New York Football Jets.
Okay. On to the next: Dolphins versus Patriots. Dolphins are the biggest shocker this season, starting off 3-0.
3-0. I'm picking the Dolphins. What? What? You're probably saying what? What?
I'm
Why
not
would you
saying
do
what. The
what?
Patriots on an absolute downfall this season.
The Patriots, hear me out,
Uh huh.
aren't that good.
They are not this season. They are
This
not.
is this is the worst Patriot team that Belichick has had since Tom Brady tore his ACL,
Absolutely.
and they had to start Matt Castle, and they still won 10 games that year.
I know the offense just isn't there. Their defense is not there either.
So where is it? They have no run game.
Uh huh.
Something going on. All
And
right, next
Dolphins,
game.
Dolphins, Dolphins go up 4-0. That's gonna be crazy. No one
Oh
would have
my
thought the
God,
Dolphins could have gone up.
Dolphins. Ryan Tannehill.
On to the Eagles versus Titans.
Eagles versus Titans. I'm picking the Philadelphia Eagles to win that one.
No, Wentz has been off to a slow start so far, but they get Alshon Jeffrey back.
And Marcus Mariota lacks elbow function.
And so far, Derrick Henry has barely produced anything for the Titans. Their run game is off to a terrible start.
Poor guy.
They have to put the ball in the air. So you got Eagles. I think
Yeah.
I also got Eagles.
Girl.
All right, on to
The
the
next
Bills
round.
versus Packers.
I'm picking the Packers.
I'd take the Packers too. You can't go against Rodgers.
I'm packing large here.
Hopefully,
I
some
get
people.
Aaron Rodgers has a balky knee and stuff, but I just think that balky knee Aaron Rodgers is better than the Bills' entire football team.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Packers.
So you think that one win by the Bills was a sham? Do you think their defense cannot hold up like that again?
I think it was kind of a fluke.
Okay.
But that's not to say Josh Allen's bad or anything. Like it's just I think there's still a little few things they need to iron out before becoming a good team.
Mm. All right. On to Lions versus Cowboys.
Ooh, I'm picking. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm
That is
gonna
a good
pick the
game.
Lions.
Ooh,
I'm gonna pick the
Matt
Lions.
Stafford getting his second win of the season over the Cowboys.
I think so. I think the Patriots win gives them a lot of confidence.
Absolutely.
So
I think that's going to carry them. It's put some wind in their sails.
yeah, I think it's a good start for them to beat the Patriots, and now I think they're gonna carry it.
And I agree. So with that, we move on to Bears versus Buccaneers.
Ooh, I'm going to pick the Chicago Bears.
Ooh, yeah. But
Wait,
we're
who's
talking.
starting? Wait, time out. Who's starting? Who's starting for the Bucs?
I don't know if they have announced who is starting for the Bucs yet.
Yeah, who knows? If Fitzpatrick is starting, then that's tough. But
yeah, here's an article right
I'm
here.
gonna pick the
They're
Bears
gonna
either
carry
way.
the question into like the game. It'll be going into the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Bears.
You're gonna go with the Bears.
I think with that defense, I think I'm gonna pick the Bears.
Yeah, so that defense will ball out, and if Trubisky can just put some points on the board, it's should be easy for the Bears.
Exactly.
Especially at that high level of play Khalil Mack's been at ever since he's been traded. All right, next, Bengals and Falcons.
I'm gonna pick the Falcons there.
Falcons over Bengals.
There's really not much.
Falcons have good offense, such as Calvin Ridley showing up last week. It's just that their defense is just butt cheeks.
Cotton needs new shorts. That was a dodgeball reference.
All right, on to Browns versus Raiders.
Browns versus Baker Reagan Mayfield is about to take down John Gruden 2 in a row for the Cleveland Browns, 28-21.
The Raiders will go down to 0-4. How do you get your $10 million coach after that?
You want to know what I think, sir?
I
think the Cleveland Browns are a good football team. They've got Jarvis. They got Duke Johnson, Nick Chubb, Baker Reagan Mayfield. They've got Callaway. They've got Njoku. And that defense is top in the league. It's one of the top in the league, sir. Get an average kicker, and they may be going places.
I don't think they're going to amazing places, but I think they can go to some.
I think they can make the wild card playoffs.
Ooh, you're saying that? You're saying Baker brings them to the playoffs?
I think it's possible.
I like that.
Let's not forget Baker is 23 years old. He's no spring chicken. All right, he's more developed than any of the rookie quarterbacks.
All right, on to the 49ers versus Chargers.
I would have picked the Niners, except I wouldn't have either way. So, the Chargers.
As we know, Sherman went down. Garoppolo
and Jimmy G went down for the year.
And their hopes of winning went down.
For the year.
I think this is an easy Chargers pick.
They should trade for Tyrod or Teddy.
No, get someone on there. But as we know right now, who's their backup right now? Let's see.
It is not a good football player. I think it's like C.J. Beathard.
They don't even have their backup listed. They still have Jimmy Garoppolo is going to start.
Yeah. Well, how is he going to start in crutches?
All right. Well, I think it's an easy Chargers win.
Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers. That's not close.
All right. And last but not least, to cap it off on Monday, we have Chiefs versus Broncos.
I'm picking the Chiefs.
Ooh, you're going Mahomes all the way?
Pat Mahomes. Oh, my Lord.
Absolutely.
I'm picking Pat Mahomes.
As long as Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill can keep producing and Mahomes can keep slinging it, there's no reason their defense can be anywhere near stagnant.
Pat Mahomes is the hash-slinging slasher.
He sure is. I think Case Keenum has been good for the Broncos. I just think
he's a solid quarterback. You want to know why he wasn't a good quarterback a few years ago? Because the same with Jared Goff. Jeff Fisher was coaching him.
Mm-hmm.
What is with Jeff Fisher not being able to coach quarterbacks? He's got Vince Young. I mean, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason he's an analyst instead of a coach.
Mm-hmm.
What a mother.
Like I said, I just don't think Broncos offense can keep up with the Chiefs offense, and that's why I think Chiefs are going to be big this season.
The Chiefs have so many weapons; it is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't believe it. They got Watkins, they got Hill, they got Kareem Hunt, they got Pat Mahomes. I mean, come on.
All right, and that wraps it up for this week's preview.
That wraps that up. So I got to talk about some baseball.
All right, Tom. Anything else for the NFL section?
No, that's about it. I'm excited for the week. We shall see what's going on.
This is a good week for football.
Exactly. There's some money games.
All right. And with that, I will give the baton to you for the baseball news.
I appreciate it. All right, let's start it off. So, since we've missed the last few weeks, I'm going to recap. The Yankees clinched a playoff berth on a walk-off. But, so here's the thing. It was a tie game. We're in extra innings at Yankee Stadium. Didi Gregorius, our star shortstop's on first base. Aaron Hicks is up. He lines the ball into the left field corner, and Didi scores, sliding head first into home plate.
Mm-hmm.
And we think everything's fine. We're all partying. We pop champagne because we clinched the playoffs on that play. We clinched the playoff berth. But the next day, after the next day's game, we find out that Didi Gregorius, on his slide, tore cartilage in his wrist. And so there was some concern that he may be out for the season. Now, recently, I think yesterday or the day before, Didi was cleared to resume baseball activities, which means he should be good to go. He had a cortisone shot. Everything seems to be okay. It was just really scary. And our star center fielder in I think Tuesday's game hurt almost blew out his hamstring, but he's good to go for tonight. Aaron Hicks, those are two of our best players, and we can't afford to have them getting hurt when we're literally 3 days away from the playoffs. So we made the playoffs. If the Yankees win tonight, they clinch home field in that one-game playoff that they have to play on Wednesday. Because the Red Sox won.
That's an understatement to say that's big.
Yeah. So if they win today, or the Athletics, who they'll be playing in the wild card game, if the Athletics lose, the Yankees will clinch regardless. So either the Yankees win or the A's lose, and they make the playoff, and they make the home field for the one-game wild card. So it was a very crazy series this week. Let's just stay on this last series that just happened. The Yankees went to Tampa Bay to play 4 games, and then we won the first 2 out of 3, and then in the last game, something remarkable happened. CC Sabathia, who I mentioned earlier about reinventing himself as a pitcher, he threw one of the best games he's pitched in a long time. But the problem is that he cost himself $500,000.
I saw that.
He needed to pitch 7 innings because in his contract there's incentive if he reaches a certain number of innings, and he was 7 away from that inning count. And so he threw 5 perfect innings, but the inning before, but in like the 4th or the top of the 5th inning, one of the Rays pitchers, Andrew Kittredge, threw behind our catcher's head. So the next inning, CC plunks the backup catcher for them and gets ejected, and he grabs his crotch on the way out, and he goes, "That's for you, bitch." and then the Yankees just beat the living crap out of the Rays yesterday, 12-1. Giancarlo Stanton hits 2 home runs. Luke Voit, who's been a revelation for the Yankees, hits a homer. I mean, it was just Miguel Andujar hit a 3-run homer. I mean, it was a massacre yesterday. It was one of the best games it was nice to have a laugher for once because, the Yankees have played so many close games this year. It's nice to have an occasional 12-1 whipping like last night, and the Yankees are one win away from clinching home field. And so I think I'm going to do a wild card preview right now for the wild card game because there's a lot of speculation on who's going to start that one game. Because the Yankees have three legitimate options to start the wild card game. Luis Severino, who's considered our ace, he's considered our best pitcher, but he's had a horrible second half of the year. So if the game was in July, after the first half he had, in which he was the best pitcher in baseball, it would be a no-brainer slam dunk answer on who gets to start that game. Because if the Yankees lose that game, they are eliminated. That's a winner take all. That's a game 7 right there. So we need to win that game. So there's Severino, who's really struggled down the stretch. There's Masahiro Tanaka, who threw a dud, a terrible game on Wednesday. So, and then Jay Happ, who's been phenomenal since his trade over here. He was traded over here around the trade deadline in late July. So, if I was managing, I think I would start Happ. He's just been more consistent. Just like he's only had one bad start as a Yankee in about 12. So, I'm gonna go with Happ.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, this last weekend could be complete chaos for playoff seeding in the National League. The Milwaukee Brewers are only a game behind Chicago for first place. The Los Angeles Dodgers are only a game behind the Colorado Rockies for first place in the West. I mean, it's going to be complete and utter chaos this weekend because this is the final weekend of the season. Now, I got to read you this one tweet. If you want maximum chaos, you root for St. Louis Cardinals. They're in the playoff race to sweep Chicago, the Cubs. That you want Milwaukee losing 2 out of 3. You want the Dodgers winning 2 out of 3, and you want Colorado losing 2 out of 3. Because then Chicago and Milwaukee will be tied, and Colorado, Los Angeles, and St. Louis will all be tied for playoff seeding. So this could be complete madness going down the stretch. Big D.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been a fun season. I'm happy that it's kind of wrapping up and we're getting to where we want to be. We want to be in the playoffs. We clinch playoffs. Let's just see what happens.
Okay.
What else, buddy? What else?
Anything else for baseball?
No, that's about it. I'm glad the Yankees are getting back healthy. I'm glad we made the wild card game. Now let's hopefully win it.
All right.
Also, if the Yankees win the 1-game wild card, do you know who they play?
Ooh.
The Boston Red Sox.
Ooh.
All right.
All right. If that's all for baseball, we can finally transition into some basketball news for the first time.
Oh, yeah. LA LeBron.
So, big news out of the NBA. Jimmy Butler wants to be traded away from the Timberwolves.
T-Wolves. Yeah, that's a crazy story.
And it appears as of right now, Miami Heat is the front runners. No, wait, hold on. Houston No, not Texans. Rockets are the front runners as of right now.
The Rockets.
Second would be Miami.
If he goes to Houston, that would be crazy.
That'd be amazing. That'd be the team to go up against the Warriors right there.
That would be like the 2011 All-Star team with Carmelo, Harden, and Butler.
Mm-hmm. But apparently, the Timberwolves are asking an exorbitant amount for Jimmy Butler.
They wanted Ben Simmons for Jimmy Butler.
Now, is it fair to be asking this much for Jimmy Butler?
No.
No, I think it should be. Because
But
if you didn't know,
that's negotiations, though. That's negotiations. You start astronomically high and you work your way down.
Yep.
So they can't lowball you.
I'll just say myself, Jimmy Butler is my favorite player in the league. I think he is a great leader and player. He's a great two-way player. He can do it all. I think he is worth some big things. I think he'll bring your team some big wins.
He's one of the top players in the league, but the problem is he's almost 30. You know, that his age is my biggest concern. Because you don't want to sign a guy for a long term when he's in his 30s.
The thing is, he wants to lead a team. That's the thing. He doesn't want to be a role player.
But he's good enough to lead a team and win a championship, though.
If he has the right pieces, we go back and look at his playoff runs in Chicago. If it weren't for them losing Rajon Rondo.
Is he a Kevin Durant? Is he a James Harden?
That's what we have
to see. LeBron? We have yet to see that, sir. And I think that's an issue.
Because he's been in Chicago. He's been on Timberwolves.
He said Tom Thibodeau will be his coach basically his whole career.
I just don't think he's been in the position to show us if he can do that yet.
I don't know if he can.
That's why we'll see what other team he gets traded to if he can actually pull it off.
Now, if he teams up with Kyrie, that's a different story. That will get interesting.
That will get interesting. First, we gotta get to this.
Can you imagine if they both went to the Knicks? I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be nuts.
That would be insane.
With him, Kristaps, and Kyrie, Jesus.
Yeah.
That'd be a legit threat.
And if Kevin Knox can produce.
Kevin Knox too, yep. I mean, starting lineup of Kyrie, Butler, Knox, Porzingis. Jeez.
So, I would really like to see Jimmy go to the Rockets. I think that would be an amazing team to watch. Play him at the small forward with Harden and CP3.
Oh, I keep forgetting CP3's on the Rockets.
Yeah, he's there.
Like, I forget that all the time. Because I still remember the Lob City days.
Yeah. The team that, held DeAndre hostage and then nothing happened.
Oh my god. I heard DeAndre was gonna sign with what was it, the Mavericks?
Yep.
And then he went to the Clippers.
Yep.
And then he went to the Mavericks anyways.
Yep.
Like 2 years later.
Yep. He is now on the Mavericks. All right. Now, as the preseason starts today, I think I'd like to do a little Las Vegas NBA over-under.
Okay.
Starting with the Atlanta Hawks, 23.5 wins, Tom. With the inclusion of Trae Young, but getting rid of Dennis Schroeder, do you think they'll be over or under 23.5?
Slightly over.
They'll go over? How many do you think they're over?
I think they'll win like 26.
26? Yeah, I think I'm going to agree. I think they'll get to the 24, 25 win mark. I'm not a huge fan of Trae Young. I think he's just going to try to be Steph Curry, but I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. The rest of their team's weak. They have 40-year-old Vince Carter, 41-year-old Vince Carter.
Yeah.
I think they'll be, 25, 26 at most. Next, we move on to Boston. 57 point.
Say that again?
Boston, 57.5.
Oh, that's tough. I'm going to go with 55.
So you're going the under here?
Slightly under, like just missed.
All right. They do have a really powerful starting five and a lot of bench depth. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something big this season.
Oh, yeah, I agree. They're my Eastern Conference favorite.
But Can they get to that 57 win mark? I don't know. I don't know if their chemistry is there to get a 57 win. That's why I think I'll also take the under.
Slight under. They're still my favorite to go to the finals.
All right, next Brooklyn at 32.5.
Brooklyn, I think I'm gonna go slightly over, like 34.
34.
Slight over.
Who did they? I feel like they did make something big in the offseason.
Like, I think we're gonna.
I don't know. I get nothing. But if it's just the same team with D'Angelo Russell and all those young people, can they get to 32? No, I'm gonna go the under. You're going over. I'm going under. I think they'll get to 30 at most.
Interesting.
All right, next Charlotte Hornets at 35.5.
Yikes.
All right, so Charlotte Hornets at 35.5.
Oh, that's tough.
They still have Kemba Walker, but they lost Dwight Howard.
Under.
Yeah, I'd take the under. I think they'd give me the 33, 34 mark.
Same. I was thinking just the same.
I really like Kemba, but I don't think they just have the pieces on the team to do
I
anything.
will always love Kemba for what he did with UConn.
Mm-hmm.
That was a legendary run.
All right, next on the list is Chi-Town.
Chicago Bulls?
Yes. They are at the 27.5 win mark.
Ooh.
I think with Lauri Markkanen.
I think they're going to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the under too. I think with Lauri Markkanen.
Especially now that LeBron's left. I feel like the Eastern Conference is weak. I think there's going to be some more free wins.
Uh-huh. And then they just draft a center. Center was something they really needed for a while. They had Robin Lopez. Not a good center. So, if that rookie can perform, if Lauri can keep producing, and if Zach LaVine can produce more than he has, I think they could be a over team. They can make it to the 30-35 mark.
Interesting.
All right, next. Without LeBron, Cleveland, 30.5.
Cleveland?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's an under.
Ooh, you're saying they're going under 30 wins, even with that rookie who had an impressive showing in the Summer League and Kevin Love?
Yeah, I'm going under, sir.
Oh, you're going under. They still have talent like J.R. Smith and all that young talent like Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson. I think they might just get to 31 wins. I think they will just get there. That's why I will take the over.
Because you like being wrong.
Oh. You know, we're going to come back to this at the end of the NBA season. All right, next, the Mavericks. They are at 34.5 wins.
Say that again?
Mavericks.
The Mavericks?
34.5.
34 point... I'm going to go under.
No, I'm going to take the over.
I'm going to take over, too.
With the inclusion of DeAndre Jordan and Luka Doncic, as we all know, the 19-year-old that brought his EuroLeague team to the finals and won. I think he's going to do a big team, big things in the NBA.
I'm taking the over on that one.
You know, maybe Dirk Nowitzki will be benched, they said, and they still have Dennis Smith Jr. at the point guard. I think this will be a good team. I think they'll get to easily over 35 wins.
Yeah, I think they'll be over. Took me a second.
Next, we're going to wow. Denver with 47.5 wins.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Shut my mouth and call me salad. Jesus, that's tough.
I'd have to say the under here.
I'm going to say like 44.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say, what are they at? They are at the 47. I think they might get 45, 46. I don't think they're exactly hit 47, 48.
Like just under.
Yes. I like Isaiah Thomas. I just don't know if he'll be enough to bring that team anywhere. Jokic is really good center. He's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah, they might slip in at the 7th, 8th seed, maybe 6th. They just don't have the star power to go the distance.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Detroit at 37.5.
Mm-hmm. 37.5.
You know, they still have Andre Drummond, Blake Griffin, Reggie Bullock. I'd say the over by 1 game. I think they can easily get to 38, 39 wins.
I'm going to go over.
Can go for the over as well. Okay.
Especially now that LeBron's gone.
All right. You know them and you hate them. Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
They are at 62.5 wins.
Ooh. I think under. I think they're going to rest them, guys. I think they're going to get like 60.
They're going to get 60? I think there's a lot of more competition in the West this year. Now that LeBron's over, you know, the Houston might improve. Yeah, there's some competition in the West this year. Do they get the 62, though? I think they will. I think they'll get to like 65. So I'll give them the over.
Interesting.
Next, Houston at 54.5.
Over.
Yes, I'm going to give them the over. Carmelo Anthony was their newest acquisition. But it has been said that they might bench him for Eric Gordon. Now, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think he'll work better off the bench.
I think he will too. I think Eric Gordon is an amazing shooter. I think he'll pick up for Harden if he tries to play hero ball. I think it would be a big start for him.
I think Houston's probably the only team that's got a shot to knock off Golden State. I don't think the Lakers are quite ready yet.
All right, on to Indianapolis Pacers, 47.5.
Ooh. Actually, I think I'm gonna go over. I think they're gonna win 50.
Ooh, you think?
Yeah.
With
I think Oladipo just took the team to a new level.
Do you think he can have a back-to-back year of not performing?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, especially like he held his own.
47.5. I think I'm gonna take the under at 46. I think he's a great player. I just they just don't have that star power, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Miles Turner is gonna really bring you much in the big area. Mm-hmm. Still a little lackluster in their bench. Yeah, they have to go with the under there. Next, the LA Clippers at 35.5 wins, and I'm going to instantly take the under here.
For who?
The Clippers.
Yeah, that's an under, sir. I can't name you one player on the Clippers right now.
They have Lou Will, who just won Sixth Man of the Year.
Did you just say
and
Goodwill?
They have what?
Did you just say Goodwill?
No,
Do they have a
Lou will.
sponsorship with Goodwill?
No, Lou
Is
will.
that where they
Lou
buy their players
Williams.
from the Goodwill?
No,
Because
no, Lewis Williams.
oh, never heard of her.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they just lost
If your
everything.
best player is a 6-man, that's an issue.
Yeah. They are going through rebuild. This will be maybe a 20-win season for them.
Exactly.
Next, with their big off-season acquisition, the Lakers,
La Lakers.
also known as the NBA meme team, with LeBron James, Michael Beasley, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram. They are at 48.5 wins. Do you think LeBron can take this squad to 48.5?
I think 49.
I'm going to take the over. I think no matter what team LeBron's on, I think he has better talent on this team than he did on the Cavaliers this season. I think they can get to 50 wins easily.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they're starting Rondo at the beginning of the season, since Lonzo is still recovering.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next, the Memphis Grizzlies. They are at 34.5.
Who?
Memphis Grizzlies.
I can't name you one player besides Gasol.
Oh, what about Mike Conley? You know, the man they paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
Are you taking the over or under? I'd give them. I'd give them the over. I think they can get to 35.
I'll give them the over.
Because Mark and Conley are a great duo.
Does
But
Cal still play? Isn't he with?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he's like on his last year with the Spurs.
Oh my lord.
All right, what next? Would be Miami Heat at 41.5.
Oh man, I'm gonna go over.
Ooh. Tom goes over. Miami getting to 41. That's. Hassan has been on a huge downfall. Goran had a good season last year. D Wade's coming back for his final season, he has announced.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. Can they get the 41 wins with that team? If they get Jimmy Butler, they sure can, but with what they have now, I think that's a lenient
I think
over.
they're able to duct tape it together.
I think it's a lenient over. All right, next, Minnesota. No, wait, hold on. No, not Minnesota. Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee will be getting to 46.5.
46 points. Milwaukee?
Yes, Milwaukee.
Ooh, that's tough.
I think with their young core of Giannis, Brogdon.
I think over.
I take the over too. They may have lost Parker in the offseason, but they get Dante DiVincenzo to fill his boots. You know, to fill that space.
Mm-hmm.
I think they can be the over. I think they can be a 51 team.
I agree, sir.
Next, on to Minnesota.
Yes.
They are at 44.5.
I'm picking the under.
Taking under, yeah, especially if they lose Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm.
You're back to your core of Wiggins and Towns.
And now they're questioning if and if Wiggins has heart.
You know, I think Wiggins is a role player in a star's body. I don't think he's cut out for much.
Mm-hmm.
Towns, I just don't think he has the passion so far to lead a team anywhere. So I'll definitely take the under.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we move on to New Orleans. The Pelicans. Now, Anthony Davis is, with the fact, my favorite big in the league.
You're my favorite big in the league.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anthony Davis, I think that man is just a man possessed. He is a force of nature. That man will take any team to a 45-50 win season.
Yeah.
So I will take the over on 45.5. I think they can get to like
47.
Smith
just dropped the report that he wants out.
Huh? Ooh.
Stephen A. Smith.
What'd you say? I barely heard you.
Stephen A. Smith dropped the report that he wants out.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, over or under for you, Tom?
What's the number again?
45.5.
Ooh. Yes. They don't have DeMarcus anymore.
Or Rajon.
I think maybe slight over.
All right, next on to Tommy Boys, the New York Knicks, the Knickerbockers.
Under.
I didn't even say the number yet.
They're still going to find a way to go under.
New York at 29.5.
Yep, under.
Going under all the way.
They're going to get 3 whole wins.
You know, with Kristaps still on no timetable to return, I don't know much about Kevin Knox. I'm going to have to take the under as well.
No Porzingis. No Kristaps.
Next, we're on to Oklahoma City at 50.5.
He's out the entire year. 50 what?
50.5 for Oklahoma City.
Ooh. Over.
Give him the over?
Yeah, I'll give him the benefit.
Re-signing Paul George and adding Dennis Schroeder to the team. But the biggest problem with this team is the beast, the ball-hogging beast known as Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Can he, lead a team? That's the real question. I don't think he can.
No.
Especially going into I think it's his 9th year now. I don't think he can change that much.
Holy old.
But can they get to 50 wins? I'll give them the over. I think they'll get to 51.
Mm-hmm.
Next, the Orlando Magic.
Under.
For 31.5.
Mm-hmm. Slight over. 33.
They drafted Mo Bamba. They still have... What's his name? Aaron Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
So they have some impressive bigs over there. Thing is, they're just lacking more star power. Yeah, I'd give them the 30. I'd give them the under at 30. Next, the Philadelphia 76ers.
Over.
The Philadelphia 76ers at 54.5.
Oh, that's tough. I think maybe slight over.
We already know they could be one of the greatest young teams in the league with Joel and Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
If Markelle Fultz can, bounce back from that shoulder injury or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah, Markelle Fultz had the most mysterious injury I've ever seen.
Yes.
It was like
They didn't talk about it.
There's rumors he couldn't lift his arm to shoot.
Exactly.
Didn't he shoot free throws left-handed or something?
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy.
I'm going to go the under on the 76ers because I think they'll get to maybe 53.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if their young talent can get over 50 yet. They might be able to get to 50. I just don't know over 50 yet.
Mm-hmm.
Next, Phoenix, the Suns. They are at 28.5.
The Nets?
No, the Suns.
Oh.
The Suns.
I'm going to take the under on that one.
Taking the under. I'm taking the over. I think DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker could be a good duo.
Actually, you're right. You're right.
So I would give him maybe the 29-30 range.
Agreed.
Next, we go to Portland Trailblazers. They have Portland at 41.5.
Over.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the Portland, they're the regular season gangsters. They'll have a good regular season. They'll get to maybe 50 wins easy.
Yep.
All right, next, the Kings.
Under.
I agree. They have the Kings at 25.5. I'll take the under.
That's not close.
It's just too much unsuccessful young talent over there. Willie Cauley-Stein hasn't blossomed. Buddy Hield hasn't blossomed.
Like every bust is a king.
Mm-hmm. All right, next the Spurs.
I feel bad for Kings fans. Except they don't have any.
The Spurs at 43.5.
Over. Always pick the over.
For the Spurs, they don't have Kawhi. They don't have Manu. They don't have Tony.
I don't care. They still have Pop.
You think Pop will take this team with only DeRozan?
He can take a wet shit stain and win 50 games.
You know what? I'm going to have to disagree with you there.
Well then.
I don't think they get to 42 at most.
Ouch.
Let's see. Next, Toronto.
Ooh.
With the inclusion of Kawhi the Claw.
Dark horse candidate.
54.5.
I'm going to take the over.
Going over? I would go under by one game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to take some time for the chemistry to build and for Kawhi to get his, gears rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. Next, we go to the Jazz at 48.5.
Under.
Yeah, I'll go with the under as well. I don't think Donovan Mitchell.
Like, he's a good player. I think the West Coast beefed up.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, Washington. The Wizards. They are going 44.5. I think with the inclusion of Dwight Howard, they might get to 45, 46 wins.
Over.
Taking the over as well?
Yeah, I think they're going to get like 46.
Yeah, I agree. And that wraps it up for the Vegas over-under for all NBA teams. And I think that wraps it up in general for all the NBA.
That pretty much wraps it up. Thank you for joining us on. No. There's literally nothing.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This has been episode 3 of the Smitty and Selitte podcast.
Episode 3, not 4. 3.
Hoping for a Giants win this weekend. Can we bounce back?
Or and a Yankee win in the wild card game?
Absolutely.
That's next Wednesday. That's all
guys next week.
Peace out.